Welcome to FNaF News. I'm your host, the TNT Muffin, and today we're going to be talking about Funko, Hex, the FNaF 2 movie, and more. Starting out with the Hex news, we've gotten a new look at the sister location pins, which as you can see here, there will be one of Baby, Funtime Foxy, Ballora, Funtime Freddy, and Ennard, and a pretty cool thing about them is they will have openable faceplates. I think that is really cool. I believe this is our first time we've had sister location merch where we can physically open the faceplates ourselves, which is pretty interesting. I like that a lot. We also now did find out that these plushies are going to be releasing on Friday, so by the time this video releases, they might be out now. And speaking of opening up faceplates, another thing you'll be able to open up is the Bonnie backpack, which we now know has withered Bonnie's face on the inside. This image here shows a blue backpack because this is like a prototype version they made before, but this will be what the inside of the backpack's gonna look like, which I think looks really cool. Also, they have announced that they're going to be making a Mimic plush, which sounds pretty interesting. I am very curious to see what that will look like. I think the Mimic is a character that will fit the style of Hex pretty well, because I think, you know, like the Puppet and Nightmare On work well with the style. I'm curious to see the Mimic. Another piece of plush news from them is they've shown off the Spring Bonnie plush, which looks pretty good, or the Yellow Rabbit from the FNaF movie. As you can see, he's going to be holding the airplane that Garrett had, which is kind of dark, but that's a cool detail. Something pretty unique about this plush in particular is that it's going to have a swappable head for a purple guy head, which is terrifying looking. It's less like William Afton's taking off the mask and more like Darth Vader is, but that's cool. Speaking of Dawko and the FNaF movie, Dawko recently did a charity stream and Scott Cawthon gave him FNaF 2 movie photos to show off. The first one here shows an image of a tiled floor in the shape of Toy Freddy, which looks very sweet. This is going to be in the FNaF 2 pizzeria in the entrance, which I'll talk a little bit more about later, but this is really cool. I assume this is going to be in like flashback scenes. And now on to the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Raycon's everyday earbuds are affordable, high quality, and have a lot of cool features. I mean, look at this. All you have to do is tap on them and you can control the volume, control the music, switch modes. There's noise canceling, which is great because when my dumb roommate's watching TV, my Raycons let me focus on work. They fit my ears well thanks to the design and the extra tip sizes, and that coupled with the sleek design and water resistance make them great for listening to music while walking around campus. I got the green earbuds along with the wave design case. I was going for an ocean theme, and they both look really good. If you want these or other Raycon products, you can use the link below and code MUFFIN15 for 15% off at checkout. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring this video, which we'll get back to now. The next image we got is really interesting. It's an item called the Faz Talker, which seems to be some type of maybe walkie-talkie shaped like Toy Freddy. Well, maybe not walkie-talkie, but some type of device that either you talk into or it talks into you or both. But it has Toy Freddy's face on it and it says, "You there?" There are a few theories as to what this could be. It could just be a random prize. You get the prize counter. It could be, you know, a walkie-talkie, or some people were thinking that it could be something that you could use to communicate with the animatronics. I think that's a bit of an interesting idea. It would be cooler than if you just had the animatronics talking, if they could communicate through a little device. I think that might be pretty interesting. Some other people were saying that this would be how you hear like the "come find me" type letters, you know, like how the FNaF 1 movie post credits had the "come find me." Maybe we'll get some stuff like that with the Faz Talker. We really don't know. I think if that is what it's for, that's a really cool idea and a good use of this item. I am so curious to see what it is. And then the third image is an image from on set in a scene that we have not heard of and we have not seen until now, which shows Vanessa in a house as well as William Afton. Now, this is kind of a surprising thing to see. I am glad. It looks like this is I assume, going to be showing some backstory for Vanessa. We really didn't get much backstory for her. We don't really know much about her character other than that she is William Afton's daughter. So having flashbacks with her is gonna be cool. Now, as you can see clearly, she is an adult in this, but people are thinking that she is not gonna be like having a recent flashback to when she was an adult, but instead she'll have like a flashback where she's present watching what's going on, similar to how Mike had those dreams. Well, I guess he was himself in those dreams. I don't know. But this will be an interesting look at how William Afton interacts with his family. I assume it's not going to be good. I assume he's not the best parent, obviously. You know, Vanessa in the first movie, as Mike said, William Afton messed her up, so I assume we'll see some hard to watch stuff. I'm not sure. But yeah, super cool on-set photo there showing why Matthew Lillard had to shoot scenes. I hope there's a lot of flashbacks with Vanessa, but I guess we'll see when the movie releases. And another piece of news that involves Dawko is him, as well as 8-Bit Ryan, Razbowski, and Baz once again got invited to the movie set, this time for the FNaF 2 movie, and they posted vlogs. Now for this video, they didn't get to go into the set of the interior of the pizzeria. They just got to go to the facade of the FNaF 2 pizzeria and got a closer look at that, which is super cool. Along with that, they did get to go through the doors and into the small interior that is behind the doors, which shows us a look at that tiled floor we saw before, and I believe some artwork as well. Clearly from the video, the floor looks a lot more old, it looks a lot dirtier, faded, and I assume that means, like I mentioned before, that the clean tile is going to be used in flashbacks and the dirty tile is going to be used in present day stuff. We don't know for sure. I mean, maybe this image of the tile floor was just before they dirtied it up, but I do assume we'll have flashbacks. They also got to go see the facade of the FNaF 1 pizzeria, which is interesting because now we got to get a closer look at what those flyers on the front are. As you can see, they are flyers that say FazFest, which I have talked about in a previous news video. We've also gotten some images of that scene. If you want to see more about that, you can click that video over there. And this is interesting because I was confused about the green screen that's behind the FNaF 1 pizzeria. I assumed it was because Mike was going to be seeing it in a dream, like it was going to be green screened into the forest maybe, but now seeing the FazFest flyers, I assume he is actually just going there in real life and seeing the FazFest flyers and then going to FazFest. It is possible it could still just be a dream. I mean, he could see the FazFest flyers in the dream. But no, I mean, I think it's real. I don't know why they have the green screen, though. What could they possibly need that for? I don't know, but pretty cool, confirming that Mike is going to see FazFest flyers, at least. I don't know if he's going to be at FazFest, but I assume he will. Yeah, a bunch of super cool looks here at the FNaF 2 movie, and also they have finished filming, so hopefully it won't be too long from now that we get some more teasers, maybe a trailer. I don't know, I'm so excited though. This movie is going to be so cool. Now we've got some fanverse news. Some new images of the Joy of Creation have just been posted by Nixon. They are of Ignited Freddy. You can see this one with very red lighting of him in a hallway. We've got this one closer up on his face. And then we've also got this one of him once again in a hallway, but with more normal lighting. These images look very cool. I especially like this one. I think it looks really good. I don't know what stage this is gonna be in the game. It does say prototype stage at the bottom. Doesn't specify what, but something in the house. It says work in progress, so I assume this is not gonna be what the final version's gonna look like, but something of the sort. I'm really excited for this game. I believe this is the first piece of news we've gotten in 2025, and 2025 is the year it's releasing, so I'm very excited for that. This year, this game's finally going to be coming out. Speaking of fanverse, we just got this image from Kane Carter showing some Pop Goes pins, the one with the spinny eyes, as well as the beach set of pins. The one with the spinning eyes we've talked about recently, but if you don't remember, there's also going to be this pin set with the beach-themed characters. They're all glittery and they're all beach-themed, like I said. I guess the Pop Goes pin sets sell pretty well because this is the third one we're getting and I believe the final one. So if you didn't get the other two, definitely try to get this one. I like the designs of this set. I like that they're glittery. I'm a big fan. I wonder why we haven't gotten any pins for other Fanverse things. Maybe in the future. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Interesting piece of merch news here is that apparently there's going to be a Freddy Fazbear cable guy from EXG Pro. I had no idea this was a piece of merch that was being made, but I guess it's a Freddy phone holder, kind of similar to like what Youtooz made, except this is a more accurate version of Freddy. You can see there are figures in the background, I assume from the same line of figures, and those look really good, so I'm really excited to see what this Freddy's gonna look like. They also said that Freddy is going to be bringing some friends, so I assume we're gonna be getting figures of other characters, I assume from FNaF 1, but we don't really know. I think that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited to see what this guy's gonna look like. I think this could be a really cool piece of FNaF merch. And speaking of new types of merch, we also recently got these FNaF figures, which come in like these little FNaF pizza boxes, and when you open them up, you get a character revealed as well as this little backdrop and a sticker. These are mystery boxes, so there are a bunch of different figures you can get. There's the main four animatronics, Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie. There's also the puppet, Springtrap, and then there's three rare figures, which are Baby, Golden Freddy, and a glow-in-the-dark version of Springtrap. These are pretty interesting figures. I mean, they're not perfect, they're kind of ugly, but it's an interesting piece of merch. I do like the backdrop, that's kind of cool. The designs here aren't that bad. Some of them don't look terrible, some of them look pretty good. I'd honestly like a Series 2, that could be fun. Another little figure that comes in a box is Funko is making a Blacklight Freddy Biddy Pop, which for whatever reason is in like a box that's way too big for him. I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before. I don't know why he is in there. They do figures similar to this with like the normal size pop figures where it's a pop figure in a really big box, but those usually have like a pretty cool backdrop or, you know, like a movie poster. This one's just colors. It's kind of cool though. I mean, I'll probably end up getting it. It's really funny looking. Some news here on FhatMojo. Unfortunately, no cool images I can show here, but we do know they're going to be making more products in 2025. There's going to be collectible bundles and construction sets, as well as other things, I'm sure. Construction sets piques my interest. Also collectible bundles. I mean, if we get more like this guy, the Freddy head bundle, I think that would be great. But construction sets is super intriguing to me because McFarlane stopped making FNaF stuff a while ago, so we are kind of lacking on the FNaF construction set side of things. I don't know how good FhatMojo is at making construction sets. Probably not as good as McFarlane, honestly, but I mean, maybe they'll do good, we'll see. But that is all the news we have today, so if you want to subscribe, you can click the button on top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last news videos, you can click that button over there. And if you want to see some other video I made, you can click that button over there. And I'll see you when you get some more news on FhatMojo.